Welcome to Rise. I'm your host, Addison K. Witt, and today I'm going to talk about a word you've heard 1,000 times, maybe even 1,000,000. Woke. Depending on where you're standing, it's either a badge of honor or an insult. It's either a light turned on in the darkness or it's a weapon used against you. The title of today's show is Woke, the Crime. And let me be clear, the crime isn't being woke. The crime is what's been done to the word, and what's been done with the word, and what's being done against you when you're told to fear it. Let's look at the origins of woke. It didn't fall from the sky in 2015. Woke has deep roots in African American communities as early as the 1930s. To be woke meant one thing: to stay vigilant, to remain alert to racial injustice and systemic oppression. One of the earliest uses was by blues musician Lead Belly in 1938. He warned listeners during the Scottsboro Boys trial, 9 young black men falsely accused of raping 2 white women, to stay woke, stay alert, don't be caught off guard by injustice. By the 1960s, during the Civil Rights Movement, woke had become a call to action. It meant political consciousness, social responsibility, moral clarity. It meant you were awake to the times you were living in. That's the origin. That's the foundation. And then in the 2010s, after the killing of Trayvon Martin, the word returned with force. Stay woke was everywhere in the Black Lives Matter movement. It was a phrase of digital resistance, a warning flare, a code of survival. Don't fall asleep. Don't let the system trick you into thinking everything is fine. Pop culture picked it up too. Childish Gambino sang it in Redbone. Celebrities wore it like a slogan. Suddenly, woke was mainstream. It became shorthand for being socially conscious, justice-oriented, and inclusive. But here's the danger. Once a word crosses into mainstream culture, it becomes available for manipulation. By the late 2010s, woke had been hijacked. Conservative commentators began mocking it. They used it sarcastically, sneering at activists, writers, thinkers. Soon the word itself became a joke, a way to delegitimize entire movements without ever addressing their substance. That shift wasn't random. It was strategic. If you can redefine a word, you can redefine a movement. Think about it. Feminists went through the same thing. Once a rallying cry for equality, now it's caricatured as angry or extreme. Critical race theory was a niche academic idea. Now it's a boogeyman to scare parents. Defund the police was a policy debate, flattened into a slogan designated to stoke fear. Language becomes a battlefield, and woke was the perfect target. So ask yourself, why would political opposition want you to avoid being woke? Why would anyone want you to see vigilance, clarity, or moral consciousness as a bad thing? Who benefits from you being asleep? Because if you're asleep, you don't see the lies being told. If you're asleep, you don't notice freedom slipping away. If you're asleep, you don't question why billionaires are funding disinformation or why chaos has become the new normal. The truth is simple. Awake people are harder to control. Woke is not just political. There's a spiritual awakening happening right now. You are either awake or you are not. Again, I say, if there is a chance for you to be awake, who benefits from you remaining asleep? There are profound shifts in how people are choosing to govern themselves and profound shifts in how people are seeing the world. Several years ago, I read a book called Waking Up by Charles Titart. It was connected to the work of the Institute of Noetic Sciences. Now, his premise was startling, that what we call free will is often just a mechanical reaction to conditioning, that our intelligence is severely limited compared to what it could be, that we don't live from a place of true self-consciousness, not really. Think about that. If we're already living in a kind of simulator, a conditioned reality, and then add a governing body actively trying to dull our senses, distract us, confuse us, doesn't that make it even more critical to stay awake, to be woke? So, how do we resist the dulling of our senses? Here are a few practices I want to leave with you. Learn the origins. Don't accept the spin. Know where words come from. Pause before reacting. Ask, who benefits from me feeling this way? Diversify your media. Don't live in one echo chamber. Read broadly, even internationally. Practice semantic mindfulness. When a word feels off, trace its shifts. Engage in dialogue. Ask people what they mean instead of fighting over slogans. Invent your own language. If a word is corrupted, create new ones that reflect your truth. Teach others. Share what you learn. Waking up is contagious. So here's my message today. The crime isn't being woke. The crime is letting others turn vigilance into ridicule, clarity into confusion, and moral courage into something to be mocked. Stay awake. Stay aware. Stay rising.